People come to the Virgin Islands because of the vibe, because of the beauty, because of the surroundings. But when they leave and go home, people live there. And when you have something so destructive come through, it all changes. Prior to Hugo, the vibe you felt during hurricane season wasn't much anything. You just knew storms come and they went until something major came through. And when you're from the islands, you're just like, yeah, okay, well, it's that time of year. I think you kind of get complacent in some ways, where a season or 2 or 10 or whatever it may go by, and nothing has happened. And then all of a sudden you see one turn from a tropical storm to a 1, 2, 3 and keep on climbing, and it grabs your attention real quick. You wake up the next day and your life has changed. I'm looking at my neighbor's house and the roof is gone. I'm looking at the field behind my house and it looks like somebody just cut all the grass and all the leaves off the trees. You look into the road and all the power lines are down, and you understood as a kid that there was something that could really be catastrophic and could really change everything around you for months and years and maybe a lifetime on end. And then you get on the other side of it 20 some odd years later, and you can reflect back on those times and those moments and say, oh yeah, life is totally different now for those people, and they're gonna need some help. I was lucky enough not to lose my home. I was very sheltered by my parents, who went out and did the things like got the handouts and found food and made life what it was. But there were people out there that were helping me to put the island back together, to make sure people had food. At that point, basically, a torch is passed. It's my turn. We didn't know the exact trajectory, and we didn't know what the effect was going to be, because it was such a large hurricane. I get a message from one of my best friends there. He says, I'm about to go into my closet. Hopefully I'll get back to you whenever this thing passes. And that's the last I hear from him for, I don't even know, for a day or two. Once I got that first report, I knew it was real. I knew it was devastating. I knew it wasn't something, just another tropical storm. This was a situation which I couldn't continue to sit back. I needed to step up and try to start helping and start getting people back on their feet. We dropped 140 or 50,000 pounds of relief. We've distributed it all, and then we're back home feeling good about ourselves, and we look up and we see something else forming on the horizon. No way. That was my initial reaction. There's no way. There's no way they're going to do, there's going to be another one to come 10 days later in succession over the same path and then affect the same area. You have people there on the ground, and it's real. It's very real. It's coming right at them. And now we have to regroup, knowing that the storm's already hit, and refocus our efforts and expand them. All I am is an ex-basketball player who has no relief experience or anything in that respect. So we had to get individuals that actually knew what they were doing. We start calling on people around San Antonio Food Bank, who are amazing at what they do. HEB stepped up. We had people who now live in the United States giving all that they have. We tried to focus directly on the Virgin Islands, but every one of those neighboring islands are so close. There's such a family kind of group around there. The stuff that we brought in, they were asking us directly, hey, I know this is for the VI, but we have people on neighboring islands who've been devastated. Can we take them? And of course the answer is absolutely. After our first and second distributions on St. Thomas, I think word kind of got out that they understood that we weren't about storing. We weren't about holding it. We weren't about finding special ways to put it out. We were about putting product on the ground, distributing it, getting to people that need it, and moving on. So hopefully we can get more. People are coming out of the woodworks, and they're saying, hey, yeah, they're doing it the right way. They're doing what needs to be done, and we want to help them. And their help was so welcomed. It was welcomed, it was appreciated, and it made everything go that much smoother. Now you get other organizations stepping up: Red Cross, FEMA, Boy Scouts, local basketball teams, ROTC, and you have these people from all over stepping in, saying, "Hey, where do you want me? How do you want me to help?" People are just kind of falling into their roles and understanding what needs to be done. We kind of made it up on the fly, and when we found a problem that needed to be solved, we called on each other. We called on our locals on the ground. We had fire and Port Authority and police and everybody ready to say, "Hey, just call this guy," or "Hey, yeah, we can help with that," or "Hey, put it here," or whatever it may be. We are blessed by FedEx to use 2 of their planes, and they're huge. So we need specialty equipment. So here come the National Guard on the ground in St. Croix, pulling up their vehicles, helping us unload. We have the local guys there with their trucks, with their forklifts. We find a location, we pull in there, and we start unloading. We start making it work. We can get barricades up. We drop foods into place. The line being wrapped around the corner, a couple thousand people in line, people continuing throughout the day to show up, no matter the weather situation. That solidifies the fact that these people needed these things, and they weren't there just because it was available. They needed these things, and that right there gave us the energy to know that there wasn't any let up. We were going to continue to push until everything was gone. And in a span of 2 weeks, we're able to drop 150,000 pounds on St. Thomas, 200 plus on St. Croix, 6,000 pounds of medical supplies, and we're very proud of that. And we were very happy that we were able to do that in such a short time with such an inexperienced relief squad. But what a wonderful bunch of people. None of them asked for anything. Everybody just stepped up, did what they had to do, and was happy to be a part of it.